This is one of my top telemarketing tips series of videos, and this is for anybody that has to speak to people on the phone, which I think pretty much covers all of us. Now, there's a bit of a misnomer that people think if you're talking to people on the phone you have to put on a persona. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Now don't get me wrong, we all have our posh phone voice. Get a few drinks in me and I go right West Country. Alright, my lover? But this is my kind of phone voice. We've all got that where we speak slightly differently, and there is a skill when you're talking to somebody that obviously if you phone somebody up and they're a lot more relaxed or they're very much more well spoken, then you do naturally adapt. But the best thing you can do is be yourself, because if you are speaking to anybody and it involves relationship building of any kind, especially if it involves telesales, telemarketing, the more yourself you are, the better results you're going to get, because you're more believable and you build that instant rapport. So you have to be yourself. That is the key. Now let me give you a little bit of a story to give you an example. When my hubby first came to work alongside me, and his and hers cabins, he's in here behind that curtain, like a Wizard of Oz. So when he first came to work with me, I was inundated with new work inquiries, and that's why I wanted him. Now, he didn't have experience of telemarketing, but I knew him, I've been with him a while, and obviously I knew he'd do a great job, and I trusted him to do that. But I had a little devil on my shoulder, and whenever he made phone calls I would listen in and I would try and pick him up, and I would try to say to him, oh, I want you to do it this way, say it this way, with the same intonation that I said things, the same level of chirpiness. And in my view then that was the right way to do it. And we argued loads and loads, and it was awkward and it was horrible, and I hated working with him. And it was because I was trying to get him to be me on the phone, a clone of me, and he's the complete opposite of me in every single way you can imagine. And anyway, there was one time he was on the phone and I was really listening in on the leads. We were on a campaign together. I was listening in and I was writing down all the things to pick him up about. But you know, at the end of that conversation he got a really cracking meeting for the client with a big university. And I had to swallow my pride, and I realised that his way worked and his way for him was totally different to my way for me. So don't feel like you have to sound like Pete who's sat next to you. Don't feel that you have to speak like your boss on the phone. You don't. You're you. The more authentic you can be, the better you're going to come across on the phone to everybody. Okay? Now, part of the work I do when I'm mentoring my clients is I work with both their boss and the person doing the calls. Sometimes there's a bit of a relationship counsellor, if I'm honest. Help them understand each other. Help get the manager to lay off the pressure a bit and understand what it is he's asking them to do, and that he might be trying to be more controlling, or she might be trying to control the person too much. I work with them to help build confidence, help the people who are making the calls feel like they know what they're talking about. Because once you learn something, you have the freedom to then be yourself on the phone. If you're constantly thinking, oh, I don't know, then you've got all that fear, and that you're feeling like you should be something you're not because you don't have the knowledge that you feel you need. So you either get the knowledge or you're honest with the people you're speaking to that you don't have the knowledge, and don't worry about that. It's okay to be honest as well. It works. If you want some help, get in touch. Janine@ringhello.co.uk. If you want a chat, happy to chat. Get in touch. Okay, I'm not going to commit you into anything immediately. You just talk to me if you want some help. There's no point struggling out there. So whether you're just somebody who's doing the calls yourself and thinking, oh my God, my boss is being really full on and expecting me to speak like this on the phone and follow this script, I can help you to help them understand what works for you and what doesn't. And by the same token, if you're a manager and you want more from your team, I can help you get that in a way that empowers them and that you understand their style and that they get the results for you that you want them to get. So get in touch and I can help.